Yes, my friend. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Do you need any help with your archaeology stuff?
Help? You probably mean well, my boy. But your language suggests to me that you probably do not hold a PhD in archaeology, or have some other form of qualification in North American history.
Well, I've seen plenty of westerns. Does that count?
Westerns? So, movies?
Yeah, go ahead. Ask me anything about John Wayne.
John Wayne? I don't think your movie knowledge would be useful to me in any way. The old John Wayne movies in particular shed light on the events of the time in a highly one-dimensional way. However, if you happen to get the phone number of a real expert, I would be happy if you send it to me. I have a few interesting topics that I would like to discuss with a colleague. But specialists in my field are unfortunately few and far between in this country.
So my movie knowledge is no help to you?
I'm afraid not. But please don't get me wrong, there are also real experts in movie and television. And, for example, the consultants of the classic Dances with Wolves were definitely luminaries in their field. But, as I said before, you're more likely to find such specialists overseas, and less in this country.
As it happens, one of the advisors of the classic The Last of the Mohicans is a good friend of mine.
Really? This was indeed a good and very authentic, well-researched movie, albeit with a questionable cast in the lead role. And your friend was one of the consultants on the flick?
He was. Whenever things got technically stuck during filming, thanks to James's advice, the camera was up and running again in no time.
And you would let me have his phone number?
Even much better, my good, really very good friend is now a successful director and is shooting a new movie, another western by the way, just a few miles from here. Surely I could arrange a timely meeting.
You would? I am overwhelmed. That would be absolutely great. I miss this professional exchange with like-minded people so much.
Yeah, great, I'll let James know you're interested in talking. And surely you can explain to him why some aspects of the movie are rather questionable in nature and less authentic.
Oh, for example?
Well, James had better tell you himself. I don't want to spoil the surprise.
All right, I'm very excited.
That's all.
You again?
Are you by any chance an expert on the Wild West?
Interesting question. You think that just because I'm a movie director shooting a western here that I'm necessarily an expert on the era?
No, actually I think so because you told me yourself that you were a consultant and assistant director on the flicks like Dances with Wolves and The Last of the Mohicans.
Oh, you actually remembered that. I am impressed. You have to know that I wasn't always in the movie business. Before all the glitz and glamour, I was a student of North American history for a brief period of my life. However, after successfully completing my degree and spending a year as a high school history teacher, I changed my mind rather quickly.
Was there a particular reason for this?
Indeed there was. Unfortunately, today's kids are all little psychopaths. And the kids in an American high school in particular.
Aren't you being a little too harsh with today's youth?
Quite possibly. But my delicate nervous system of that time was not made for the daily problems of the youth of that time. And secretly, it had always been my wish to make my hard-earned knowledge a reality anyway. I was a big fan of the cinema from an early age. And as luck would have it, and a few fortunate circumstances later, I took my first steps in Hollywood as a consultant on Dances with Wolves.
And because of the enormous success of the movie, Hollywood was then probably lining up for you.
Yes, exactly. I guess you could say I had done a pretty good job and had made the right decision at the right time. And now, a few decades later, I'm standing here in the woods shooting a western again, living my dream.
A romance horror western.
Yes, okay, the dream requires a few sacrifices from time to time. But, my boy, as much as I like to reminisce with you, why do you want to know all of this anyway?
Well, would you be interested in talking to another expert on North American history? He's a luminary in the field, as are you.
I have a pretty tight schedule here. It doesn't really allow me to get distracted like that.
Don't you think there are currently a few problems that needed to be solved first, until they can start filming again?
That is also true. And the exchange with a like-minded person may give me some ideas how to improve this production. Who is your expert? Do I know him?
Does Lord Longbottom ring a bell?
Lord Longbottom? The Lord Longbottom, perhaps. Lord Albus Percival Longbottom?
Oh, you know him already?
Not personally, unfortunately. However, I am a lifetime subscriber to the American Archaeology magazine, and Lord Longbottom's contributions to that magazine were, or are, absolutely fantastic. His expeditions in South and North America are legendary, and milestones of modern archaeology.
Oops, you sound really excited.
And you know Lord Longbottom? Really? He's kind of like the modern Indiana Jones, you know.
Yeah, I know him. Very well even. We've been friends for a long time, ever since we ran into each other walking our chihuahuas. And the comparison with Indiana Jones, he doesn't like that at all, but it's okay. I once made the same mistake. Would you be interested in a meeting? That could certainly be arranged.
Are you seriously asking that? Of course, I'd be interested. This kind of distraction might be just what I need right now. After all these years, deep in my heart, the fire of the historian and archaeologist still burns brightly. Even though I myself have never had the pleasure of going on an archaeological trip. I would be all the more pleased to hear from Lord Longbottom about his travels firsthand.
Great! Then I'll let Lord Longbottom know promptly that he'll find a like-minded person here.
Thanks a lot, my boy. I really appreciate that.
Good, I'll let you get on with your work.
See you later. I can't wait to hear from Lord Longbottom.
Yes, my friend.
I have good news for you.
So, which are?
Weren't you looking for a like-minded colleague to share knowledge with?
Yes. So?
And had unfortunately rejected my extensive knowledge from cinema westerns with John Wayne?
Yes. As much as I like the Duke's movies, they shed a highly one-dimensional light on the events of the time.
That's right, and I'd promised you a meeting with my good friend James Pollock. Remember?
James Pollock, yes. I remember him dimly. That was the consultant on The Last of the Mohicans, right?
Exactly! And he'd also demonstrated his knowledge in Dances with Wolves. And for good reason. Prior to his career in Hollywood, he studied South and North American history and archaeology.
Sounds like an interesting contemporary.
Right? And he was thrilled when I told him about our friendship. He's a big fan of your articles in American Archaeology magazine.
Our what? Friendship?
Yeah, since we met while walking the Chihuahua.
Excuse me?
Okay, maybe I exaggerated a little. But you did want a meeting with a like-minded colleague.
And this James Pollock would be interested in a meeting? That would be splendid indeed. How can I reach Mr. Pollock? Do you have a phone number for me?
Much better. You can meet him directly. Today!
Really? How so? Isn't he shooting some movie in Hollywood right now?
As luck would have it, he's indeed shooting a movie at the moment, but right around the corner.
That is terrific. Where exactly is the movie set?
Do you know the collapsed viaduct a few villages away?
Yes, I think I read something about it recently.
Well, the bridge has been expertly repaired in the meantime, and directly on the other side in the forest is the movie set. You can't miss it, if you're not afraid of heights.
That is indeed great news. Thank you for making the contact.
After all, what are friends for?
Yeah, exactly. As soon as I have finished cataloguing here, I will pay Mr. Pollock a visit.
I'm sure you have many common themes.
I think so too. And this will be a pleasant change from the topics I can talk about with my wife. She is all about cats, cats, and cats again.
Would you mind if I borrowed the Chief for a moment?
Actually, I do. What do you want with him?
I have an idea how he could add some authentic flair to a cheap western. The western their colleague James Pollock is shooting a few villages away.
Oh, why didn't you say so? I'm always happy to lend a colleague a hand. But please take care that the statue is not damaged. The Chief is an irreplaceable museum piece.
I will. I promise. From the camera position, this perfectly carved statue could probably really pass for an extra. Today's moviegoers are not particularly attentive anyway. Let's see how the Chief looks here, in the perfect light. Wow! An impressive appearance. Even more so here in the perfect light. I wonder what Mr. Pollock thinks about that.
You again?
What do you think of your new free extra?
Oh. Did you put that statue back there?
You said the production couldn't afford extras, so I just wanted to show some initiative.
This idea indeed shows some creativity.
The Chief, by the way, is borrowed from Lord Longbottom. He said to give you his best regards and he wishes you much success with the movie. Do you think that solves your extra problems?
Lord Longbottom, really? I'll have to thank him in due time for that nice idea. Yes, I think that might even work. I was just looking for a simple stand-in extra anyway.
So he really just has to stand there and look majestic.
Exactly. And from the camera position and at a distance, there is indeed no reason for the extra to have a pulse. Drat, why didn't I think of that before? In any case, many thanks for that. The Lord also deserves my thanks.
I was happy to help. Have you had a chance to meet Lord Longbottom?
Unfortunately, not yet. But I'm really looking forward to it.
Great, I think the Lord feels the same way. Okay, then I better let you get back to work. And maybe I have an idea for one of your other problems. I better take this ugly fashion accessory.
Hello, my young friend! Welcome to Alfredo's, your specialist with a wide selection of animal-friendly pizza dishes. Unfortunately, I'm not hiring new pizza drivers at this time. Please, come back again after my sensational new vegan cheese pizza is launched. Then I certainly need all the help I can get to meet the sensational demand.
Hi, how come everyone in this game thinks I'm a pizza boy?
Oh, you're not here for my job posting regarding a mobile customer service representative? Then I apologize for the oversight. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, I certainly hope so. And that may sound a little strange now, but have you perhaps recently received a package with a beautiful white cat from the post office?
A white cat? A toy?
No, a live one. Hopefully.
No, sorry, of course not. A cat here would also be a complete hygienic disaster. Unfortunately, my customer react quite indignantly to cat hair on their pizza.
Oh, what a pity. Then I apologise for the interruption. I'll have to look elsewhere for Mr. Fumbleclaw.
Mr. Fumbleclaw? Is that the name of your cat?
He is. Well, actually, Lord Fumbleclaw, but Mr. Fumbleclaw works too.
As I said, I'm afraid I can't help you there. But if you need a little vegetarian boost to gather strength for the search for your lord, well, you have come to the right place. Soon, you'll be able to buy the best vegan cheese pizza in the whole country, developed with the help of an artificial intelligence according to my own highly secret algorithms. And until then, here is the best garlic bread in the country, with delicious homegrown ceiling mushrooms.
That sounds really kinda yummy. Could I please buy one of your vegan cheese pizzas?
Sorry, my young friend. As I said, this new sensational type of cheese pizza will not be available for a while. The new vegan cheese machine I developed is unfortunately stuck somewhere in the mail. But I expect the package any day. And then you are cordially invited to become my first customer of the sensational cheese pizza. And until then, just taste my delicious garlic bread with spicy, homegrown ceiling mushrooms.
I like the garlic bread. But I've never heard of ceiling mushrooms. In which forest do they grow?
Forest? No forest. As the name suggests, they grow on my ceiling. A very fine, small-pored spicy mold with a very special aroma.
Excuse me? You mean the mushroom grows on the ceiling here in your pizza parlour?
That's right!
And you sprinkle that on your garlic bread?
Yes, and the mushrooms gives the bread an incomparable flavor, insanely delicious.
Ugh! Isn't that hygienically unacceptable?
Hogwash! It's a unique selling proposition. And my customers love my ceiling mushroom garlic bread.
Probably because they don't know what they're actually eating.
Ah, my critical young friend, mushroom is mushroom. There is no good mushroom and no bad mushroom. There are only mushrooms that taste good and mushrooms that do not. And the former belong on a pizza or on a garlic bread. However, I will probably cancel the offer as soon as I have my hands full with my new sensational vegan cheese pizza. So if you don't want garlic bread, please come back as soon as this sensational pizza is on sale. Then I might also have the job as a pizza driver for which you are actually here today.
I am not a pizza boy.
Hogwash! You have this natural, incredibly intense pizza boy charisma. As if you were born for it. Such charisma in this intensity is extremely rare. Surely you will be swimming in tips.
Do you really think so? The tips sound really interesting. Maybe I really will get back to you after I find Mr. Fumbleclaw.
Do that. And if nothing else, I would like to continue working now. I have a large order of ceiling mushroom garlic bread to work off.
Of course. And don't worry, the health and hygiene department will not get any information from me. That's what I call a rapid rise. Now I'm officially an employee of the local post office. Up. I'm always happy to meet new colleagues. Better take good care of your ID though. These things are like gold on the black market. Criminal individuals gain unhindered access to all of the post office's premises with that. May I interrupt for a moment?
But of course, and you are clear.
That'll be...
Of course. I would like to ask you to keep your hands off this oh, 1 second. I apologise for any inconvenience. Now I can clearly feel your aura. You exude that unmistakable aura of an employee of our company. Am I not right?
Yeah. I've been working for the post office for many years.
Of course, yes. Now I feel it very clearly. My sincerest apologies. My employee radar seems to be getting error-prone. Were you possibly transferred to us from District 9?
Yeah, of course. From District 9. Freshly transferred.
Is old Charles still running his regime there with a hard hand?
Charles? Yeah.
That was probably the best thing you could do. The old dog is not easy to deal with.
Yeah, I guess that's him. The old dog. Now that I'm, officially part of the team, does that mean I can enter the warehouse?
Why, of course. Your employee ID card entitles you to freely enter all facilities at this branch.
Great! Then, I better get back to work. I still have a few packages to deliver before it gets dark.
Of course, and I apologise once again for the oversight. Welcome to the team.
Wow! That's an old package. The stamps are still from the 30s of the 20th century. I can't say exactly why, but the package looks interesting. As a newly sworn postal employee, I certainly feel an important aura. Ooh, a box in a box. A cheese replicator 2000 XL. Interesting. The package is addressed to the Pizzeria Alfredo. I think the package is here for you.
A package? For me? Really?
At least your address is on the package. Well, I didn't open the package, of course, but on the top it says Cheese Replicator 2000 XL. Best you take a look for yourself.
Really? My cheese replicator 2000 XL? The future of modern vegan cheese industry? And as I would like to note with pride, my very own invention? Oh God, I'm so excited! Yes, please hand over the package quickly. And keep your fingers crossed that it wasn't damaged when it fell off the mail van. That would be a disaster. After all, only this one prototype exists. And it has already used up all of my grandmother's savings. I'm so excited! Yes, it's it! Now, my young friend and budding pizza boy, you are witnessing the dawn of a new era today. As of today, no more crumbly vegan cheese imitation on pizza toppings. As of today, no more vegan cheese that tastes more like yeast than cheese. As of today, no more vegan cheese that stubbornly refused to fry to a golden brown on pizza toppings. Today, and I'm pretty sure of that, is the beginning of the vegan pizzeria Alfredo's franchise chain. And all this because of an ambitious pizza boy who by an incredible coincidence found an incredibly valuable package on the street.
You sound like you're all really excited!
I am! Oh yes, I am! This marvel of modern cheese engineering incorporates all of my knowledge and the complete heritage of my grandmother. There is only this one prototype, at least for the moment.
So you have big plans for it?
I have. Soon, customers will be snatching my new sensational vegan cheese pizza out of my hands. And with these earnings, my Cheese Replicator 2000 XL will go into production, establishing the Alfredo's vegan franchise chain.
Are you really planning to switch to completely vegan? No more vegetarian dishes?
Right, that's the plan. The focus of the Alfredo's chain will be vegan cheese pizza in 1,000 varieties. And in addition, I will license my Cheese Replicator 2000 XL to the cheese industry.
Sounds like you soon won't know what to do with all that money.
That is why I am assuming. And I would also like to show my appreciation. After all, without you, all this would probably not be possible.
You mean you would let me participate in your franchise chain?
Well, not directly, no. But how does a first vegan-free pizza sound? The very first of this kind? You could preserve it and sell it on eBay, or just eat it.
Well, that sounds simply wonderful! Thank you! I am honoured to become the first customer of their sensational vegan cheese pizza.
Great, my boy. Then give me a few minutes. Your pizza will be ready in no time. Just a moment. And done! Here you go! Doesn't it smell delicious?
In fact, it smells amazingly delicious in my pocket.
And is indistinguishable from a real cheese pizza in terms of smell, taste and texture. I would suggest not to walk too close to stray dogs or cats through. You smell so irresistible now. This could turn into a flight to the death.
Thanks for the tip. Good to know. I think I already know a cowboy who will be very happy about this pizza.
Of course, and I'm sure this cowboy will love the sensational vegan cheese pizza. And if you know any other cowboys, tell them about the Alfredo's franchise chain. But now I would like to ask you to let me continue working first. I'm afraid I still have that bug before I...